akikufa kama hajafikiza miaka 300 lazima tuangalie ni kifa inakaa imeletwa na nani.
And kwetu tunasema kama huli nyama huwezi kunywa supu ya nyama. Mtoto akilia huwezi kusema hakuna matiti mpaka saa 7, hata ikiwa saa 4 lazima anyonye.
Hello, my name is Anita Nderu and these are the stories making headlines on Capital Online TV. Court leaders are planning to limit the issues they will present to Kenyans in the referendum from 5 to 3. Speaking during a meeting with over 1,300 national and county elected leaders, Raila said they would look to other means of addressing the issues. Kitui County Senator David Musila supported the call, claiming that an overloaded agenda might be used by their competitors to confuse Kenyans into rejecting their amendment to the Constitution. CORD proposes to strengthen the Senate while pushing for a dramatic increase of revenues to the counties from 15% to 45% of the total audited and approved national revenue. At the same time, Senate Minority Leader Moses Wetangula defended the push for the amendments, saying they were necessary despite opposition from the government and Jubilee coalition legislators.
There is no fixed time for breastfeeding. Children are fed when they cry. And Kenyans are crying. Mtoto akilia huwezi kusema hakuna matiti mpaka saa 7, hata ikiwa saa 4 lazima anyonye. Na Wakenya sasa wanalia ya kwamba lazima katiba ibadilishwe, ugatuzi ulindwe, wananchi wapate haki.
We the people of Kenya must now roll up our sleeves from here and reach every corner of our country for the sake of our children and grandchildren. This is a duty that we have as the people of Kenya. And I don't think that the momentum has gone down. Out there, I meet so many Kenyans who tell me that we should go the full hog.
The Council of Governors has threatened to call for the suspension of the Makueni County government if their plans to mediate between the feuding leaders bears no fruit. The Council's chairman, Isaac Ruto of Bomet, says they intend to meet on Monday to discuss how to mediate a stalemate between Governor Kivutha Kibwana and Makueni County Assembly. On Tuesday, at least 4 people were wounded after security officers fired to scatter a scuffle in Wote town during a meeting that was planning the ouster of the governor. Ruto has at the same time raised concern that nobody has been arrested over the incident despite an order by Inspector General of Police David Kimayo.
If you look at incidences of shooting innocent members of the society, innocent members of the service themselves, that we cannot have such kind of indiscipline in the service that we need to deal with immediately. And none of us is supposed to protect a criminal person. None of us is above the law. All of us are under the law. And therefore, any person or any officer of the law who takes the law into his or her own hands must be dealt equally like any other criminal.
And finally, President Uhuru Kenyatta has called for the concerted efforts from across the world in fighting terrorism, which remains a major challenge in Kenya and the region. The head of state who spoke at the United Nations Security Council meeting in New York last night says development cannot be achieved anywhere in the world unless the war on terror is won. Kenya is slowly recuperating from the devastating effects of last year's Westgate attack that left 67 people dead and hundreds more injured, besides a string of other terror attacks. President Kenyatta said Kenya has boosted efforts to defeat Al-Shabaab and called for efforts from the whole region to tackle the problem of youth radicalization. The UN Security Council, which was meeting to discuss how to tackle terrorism, was addressed by United States President Barack Obama and other leaders whose countries are council members.
From the Central African Republic to Mali, Libya, and even further afield as the Middle East and Europe, we see new conflicts and crises which could derail or delay development. In Kenya, we are particularly concerned by the perennial fragility that has come to characterize the Greater Horn of Africa. In Somalia, Kenya continues to sacrifice lives and resources in an effort to bring peace to our neighbor. We do this trusting that the international community will stay the course in Somalia. This involves consolidating peace, investing in stable, responsive national institutions that guarantee public safety, promote democracy and civil liberties, as well as development and peace in the country and region.
And that's what we had for you this evening. For the latest on these and other stories, log on to www.capitalfm.co.ke/TV. I'm Anita Ndero.